Oh, you must be excited about the weekend, Fags, a top 4 clash on your home ground.
Yeah, it's a big game. Stakes are high, obviously. It's a full house, I think, for the 7th time this year, which is a great show of faith and support by our supporters and members. And we're playing against an opposition team who gave us our worst beating for the year back in round 7, and that was probably our low point for the year. So, hopefully we can get some redemption.
Have you reflected on how much has changed since you last played?
Not really. We obviously looked at that game and how they beat us, and we want to try and prevent that from happening again. But outside of that, no, I think we've come a long way as a footy team from that point in time. We're off the back of a five-day turnaround in a pretty wet game against Geelong, and we just didn't play with any energy that night. So I'm looking forward to one thing, better effort and energy than we had the last time we played them, which will no doubt help a great deal. But they're a terrific team. They've had some great results this year. They're hard to beat.
Can you learn much from that performance, or is it too long ago to?
It's a fair while ago now. I mean, like Oscar didn't play in that game back then, and I don't think Zach Bailey played. Will Ashcroft didn't play, so there's a few differences. But we can look at that game and see what it is that they did to beat us, and there's no doubt that if they're allowed to play their style, which is a pretty attacking brand, then we're going to find ourselves defending an awful lot.
Chris, like in terms of the whole comp, have you seen a season like this when it's like so many teams going on runs and then teams going on sort of losing runs and it's so tight?
No, I can't recall a season like this. I can't recall a season where there's probably still a dozen teams that can make finals. It's exciting for the fans, and I think it's what the AFL have been hoping and aiming for all along with all the equalisation policies that they've had in terms of draft, etc. And so it's great for the fans. It's not good for the old the ticker of the coaches. It can put you under a lot of pressure sometimes, but overall, pretty much there's 3 rounds of footy to go, and every week leading into the final is going to be a final of some description. It's good that we're participants in that and not, out of the action. We're well and truly in it, and our destiny's in our own hands.
Hard to maintain that level. You just said every match into the finals feels like a final, and probably has for you for a few weeks. Is that a difficult to manage that every single week?
Yeah, we're probably used to it by now, Michael, because when we were 2 and 5, every week felt like a final. Like, if you drop another game, you're in real trouble here. Unfortunately, I think since that point in time, we've dropped one game and had a draw. So we've played with that sort of pressure on us every week, and it just feels normal now. I think the players have embraced it, and we've been very much just, as I've said a few times lately, we've just been taking it one game at a time because that's all we could afford to do. We couldn't afford to think too far ahead.
Eric, any more boxes to tick, or is he straight back?
Oh, no, he'll need to train today. Pretty confident that he'll be okay, but you never know.
And Darragh Joyce, what's he? Is he?
I think Darragh's available to play. He's going to wear a helmet of some description and a bit of a guard. I expect him to be available.
That's obviously depending on Eric, but that must be comforting to know you've got a couple of big guys potentially available again.
Yeah, it is. We're a little bit undersized last week in our back line, but the boys down there did a very good job. I'm more fortunate that Harris came back. We might have been in a bit of trouble if he didn't. But it's good to have a few of those guys back on deck, and hopefully Jack Payne will be somewhere near the mark, closer to the end of the season. So we might have them all available for finals, which would be good.
And Charlie Cameron, is he okay to play this week?
Yeah. Did you see him smiling on the bench? We just took him off just to give him a bit of a rest. He's had a pretty full year. He's played every game. And it was more, the game's under control. We want to give Bruce a run. Who can we sort of manage a little bit? And it was Charlie.
From start to finish, was that your most complete performance of the season against the Saints?
I don't know. I sort of probably don't sit back and look at it in that way, but in answer to your question, it was a fairly complete performance. Every part of our game was good. We kept them to a low score. We did well at the contest. Our offence was in good shape. So And against a team like St Kilda, who are traditionally hard to score against, it was a good effort, but I sort of haven't really reflected about, was it our best performance of the year or not. I sort of try not to get caught up in that. Every week's sort of a different week, so you don't want to get too excited about things.
You were missing a few guys last time you played the Giants. They were missing Toby Green. How much homework goes into a guy like him? He seems to be finding his best form at this time of the year.
Yeah, look, I think, if Toby and Jesse Hogan and those guys get off the chain, it's because a lot of things are not happening right up the field. So our focus will be more on that. Obviously, the individual matchups will be important. I think we've got some good matchups for those sorts of guys. Toby Green's a big game performer. He'll be trying to do his best to get his team over the line on Saturday. So we need to play well.
And Levi, how excited are you to have another Ashcroft at the club?
Yeah, that was great news that we got yesterday. We've known Levi for a fairly long time now. He's been training with us for a couple of years. He's almost part of the furniture, but to hear that he committed to come to us was exciting. Collingwood have got the Dacosses and the Lions have got the Ashcrofts, so I'm sure he'll have a good impact on AFL footy when he starts his career at our club. It's great news and good job done by our recruiting and list management staff, and we look forward to having him.
So you'll get to see him in the colours this weekend?
I think he's having a run, so that'll be good.
What will Levi bring?
He's a good outside midfielder. Like he's a hybrid type. He can win his own ball. He's creative. Got great skills. He's a good all-round player. That's why he's rated so highly. So probably similar to his brother.